Hi, boys and girls. So, I'm sitting here and I have read the second chapter in my new read called The Judgment Detox by Gabby Bernstein. And basically, what the title of this chapter was about is examining your judgment without judgment. So, there is a journal that accompanies this book. And right now, I have just filled out the first step in this process, which is witnessing your judgment. So basically, you write down things or people that you judge throughout the day, and you pretty much write this as a raw entry, non-edited. And it's kind of amazing what things pop up. Not so much shocking because we all know the kinds of judgments that we make day in and day out. Subconsciously, maybe we don't. But a big one for me, and always has been, is, so the first question is, what or whom am I judging? So I put in quotes alpha males or people guys who are bigger, stronger, faster than me. So the question after that was, how does this judgment make me feel? So I'm down less than. And not, quote, man enough. And a little jealous. I have to be honest. You know, when you are a 5'3" guy and, you know, most of my friends are, let's be honest, taller than that. Fair, in a way. I mean, I've told people throughout, you know, recent years, I've accepted my height, which really I have. But, you know, every now and then, I mean, I'd love to know what it feels like to be 6 foot. Just be on a different playing field with that. The third question is, why do I feel justified in this judgment? A lot of this has to do with social and gender conditioning. I mean, let's face it, from the minute we are born, we're given 2 classifications. If you're a girl, pink. If you're a boy, blue. And it just snowballs from there. And most guys, ladies, you have the female perspective. So I'm going to give you at least my male perspective. So when we are growing up, we are taught to, quote unquote, man up, don't cry, hold your feelings in and don't express stuff. Now, I'm a little bit different with that because I've always expressed myself in some way, shape, or fashion. I've always cried openly when, you know, situations arose and things like that. But I always felt guilty about it in my younger years because, again, boys don't cry. And then no word is big enough, no mask. As you get older, yeah, you kind of assimilate yourself to your own perceptions of what being a man should be. Just somebody who is responsible, they take care of their business, and they look out for their family, their friends, and others. At least that's what it means to me. Now, what moment in my life triggered me to feel justified in this judgment? So, when I was younger, obviously I was shorter than I am now. So, being picked on or being bullied as a kid, just for being small, puny, stuff like that. So, in a way, my career in health and fitness and personal training and all that, it kind of justifies, in a way, in my mind, subconsciously, that I'm conquering this specific judgment, and it's filling, all that anger and just discontentment with this particular judgment. Now, am I saying that I'm not happy with the way things are right now? No, absolutely not. I couldn't be more happy with my current situation of, my job and, jobs and upcoming opportunities and things like that. This is just an observation that I know I do. And it's one of those things where it's hard to break out of, especially when you work in an industry like mine, where looks, sadly enough, play a part. And I work in a gym with people who, let's face it, there are people there who, look better than myself. And, it's hard not to compare yourself. Comparison sucks, but we all do it. The most important thing here is you have to be realistic in your judgments and in your approach to dealing with it. I know, silver lining to all this for myself. I know that I have a lot more gifts to impart on the world than my physicality and my maleness in a domineering sort of way. And we all struggle with body image issues. I don't care who you are. We all have those little imperfections that we hate and wish we could get rid of. But in all actuality, guys, those little imperfections are what makes you, you. All the physical scars that I've got, all the mental things that, make me, I own it, and I'm proud of it. And I'm going to challenge you guys, if you don't already, to own your gifts, because we all have our specialties, and no one should be wasted. Because I know that I can learn something from everybody that I come into contact with every single day. And just as a closer, keep that in mind. We're all here to learn from each other. So the better off and the more aware that you are making judgments during the day, the more you'll be equipped to combat it, and think before you do it. And it's a intuitive reflex. We all judge every single day. It's just something that it's how we're wired. So my thing is, be kind. Um, and try not to demean somebody else or put them down, especially if you don't know their situation, because we've all got our stuff. Alright, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Mwah.